before you decided to be a fascist Nazi piece of crap. I mean, I'm just being fucking real here. I'm throwing it out there because I'm sick of sugarcoating it. I'm sick of coddling people's feelings. It's time to tell you the truth. You leftist pieces of shit are totalitarian, fascist, Nazi pieces of crap. You're acting like a fucking Nazi. You might as well be reading Mein Kampf.
Winning? No. You suck!
I'm just fucking saying, and it's the fucking reality. Moving on, we get some good news for people, especially American. Good news for Americans. Good news for American men, especially. But some American women will benefit from this too. Former Green Beret or Green Beret, fucking Tim Kennedy, UFC fighter. He was in Ranger Up. Here's a picture of the dude. That you'll see him when we go. Actually, no, yeah, you'll see him when we go into the thing. If not, you can look him up. He's a former Green Beret. He was in the movie Ranger Up. He's finding Hitler. A couple other things. This dude is an absolute beast. He's the absolute man. I was listening to the Order of the Man podcast, and he was telling a story about how they were teaching him how to teach people to be like insurgents and rebellions and fight rebellions and become men for their freedoms. And he was like, how do I apply that to home and help Americans with it? And he figured it out, and he started to open a school. So this is a Black Rifle Coffee blog. So it's not like a legitimate news site, but it is fucking like real. I heard the man himself can speak it. Like, I watched him talk about it with Ryan Mickler on the Order of the Man podcast. And if you like coffee, Black Rifle Coffee, and a free plug for those guys. Help out my fellow veterans. But anyways, let's get into this article. So yeah, there he is, Tim Kennedy, fucking living weapon. Tim Kennedy is opening a private school. Here's how it will work. The same butterflies in your stomach as you're walking off the helicopter, the same anxiety, excitement, heart racing. You're confident in who you are and how you've been prepared, but you can't help but have the swelling and shortness of breath in your chest of, I don't know what's coming. The octagon gate closes, the helicopter lifts up. Very, very similar feelings, and may approach to those things may have been similar. I feel like my dog's like, I've been brushing my dog and her hair's flying around everywhere. Those things have been very similar. When I'm walking toward the cage or when I'm walking toward the helicopter, I know that all of the preparation I've done is the right preparation. Husband, father, Green Beret, ultimate competitor, businessman. It all began as a necessary survival technique. Tim Kennedy began fighting around the age of 7 and hasn't tapped out yet. There was a game called Throw Tim in the Pool, Kennedy said in a recent interview with Coffee or Die magazine. Coffee or Die magazine. Okay, so they have a magazine. Regarding growing up with the giant older brother, Tim is playing with G.I. Joes. Cool, throw him in the pool. Tim is like trying to melt ants with his magnifying glass. Cool, throw him in the pool. But my game later changed around the time I turned 7. They're like, oh, this guy just bit my finger off. He said, my parents put me in martial arts so I wouldn't go to prison.
That's how winning is done.
We're all glad they did, bro. We're all glad they did. Fast forward 34 years and Kennedy is still fighting, but his career as a fighter is merely a fraction of who he is. On top of being a U.S. Army Special Forces NCO in the 19th Special Forces Group, Kennedy owns 5 businesses. There is Ranger Up. Oh, he owns Ranger Up?
That's how winning is done.
I didn't know that. So there's Ranger Up, the military lifestyle company that sells everything from apparel to mugs and stickers. The Whoopee shoes was inspired by military's most piece of issue equipment. The shoes are designed for all things military, special operations, airborne operations, and have the lip to hook on scuba fins. Oh, that's funny. Sheepdog Response is Kennedy's training company based out of Austin, Texas, that specializes in defense tactics, law enforcement, and military training, offering 24 courses a year. In addition, he is a security consultant company and a government contract and marketing firm. He does manage to do so much. Time management is always hard, Kennedy said. The hardest thing is being an entrepreneur and being a good husband and father. Those have to be my top priorities for how I allocate my time. Winning. In just 3 short months, Kennedy will be launching yet another business, another training program, so to speak, but the audience is a little smaller in stature. I'm starting a kids' school. Nice. This is the one that we came here to talk about. This is going to be huge. Children in the 1st grade through 6th grade have the opportunity to attend Kennedy's private school, a 16,000 square foot building equipped with a giant recreation room and even a ship. We have a full-blown pirate ship that has cannons, like real cannons on there. He said these kids are going to lose their ever-living minds. The idea came from Kennedy's own observations of public school system, which he called heartbreaking, and he's recently taken his children out of public schools.
Winning.
As you may expect, Kennedy School is less than traditional sit at a desk all day and more like do some multiplication and then get moving. It's not unique because they've done it for thousands of years, but it's been lost in the last 100, he said. I don't know what happened where you think you could take a 7-year-old boy and put him in a chair for 7 hours and think he's going to learn anything. Instead of having, and he's absolutely right. He's just absolutely right. Instead of having I learned by doing after the fact. It is what it is. Instead of having teachers stand in front of the class presenting information, Kennedy School will take a more Socratic approach. My job and all the guides' jobs are to make kids want to find out the answers and be able to ask the questions to get the solution, he said. I'm not there to tell them how to do it, and neither are any other teachers. The school will provide a well-rounded approach to learning. Time will be spent in the classroom to master things like multiplication and division, but once that's over, the students will get up and go play. Another important aspect of childhood growth, the joy of learning and exploration. Yeah, so the recesses are being reduced in public schools. Art, music, all these creative extracurricular activities are being cut, and you can't do anything with the science and shit if you're not fucking inspired with your creativity and imagination by the other stuff. So I'm on board with this. The joy of learning and exploration. I think there's something being really lost. Kennedy said it's been tragic to see all these kids fail and be on different prescription drugs for their energy. So Kennedy isn't alone in his observations. Numerous studies and physicians suggest that playtime is just as important as classroom time. Play has been proven to increase language skills, promote positive relationships, support emotional health, and increase physical health. You're not going to just read Harry Potter. You're going to go to wood shop and make your favorite wand. Pick up your wand, pick up your color, pick your color of it. He said you're going to present your wand. More importantly, you're going to have to tell me what it is, why it's there, and structurally what it's capable of. Welcome to first grade. That is fucking awesome. This is alternately teacher's method isn't the only thing that will set Kennedy School apart from the rest. In America, gym class is largely underfunded. In fact, I agree. The median budget for physical education in U.S. schools is only $764 per year, despite raising childhood obesity rates. Academics are taking priority in schools, and when cuts are needed, physical education is one of the first things to go.
Winning. No.
But that won't be a concern at Kennedy's future students. The school will be equipped with a giant recreation room and a full obstacle course molded after the Army's infamous Darby Queen and Nasty Nick courses. All of the most loved military obstacles from the Weaver to the Jacob's Ladder will be there. Nice. The school will initially start with 3 grades and serve 15 kids per grade. Eventually, Kennedy hopes to expand capacity and enroll 300 kids. Scholarships for military and law enforcement families will also be available. He hopes to do his part in improving the education system, and his main goal is to see children flourish to have a great America. I'm with you. This is why we're doing what we're doing here, my man, and that's why we're sharing this out for. I heard that podcast, and I had to share this information out there. I had to spread the word because this is leading the way, bro. And you take it to a whole nother level. I grew up in an era where I put my hand over my heart and said the Pledge of Allegiance to flag every single morning, and learned my love of my country. Kennedy said we're going full commitment in making sure that we're going to rise a whole bunch of young patriots. And yeah, I grew up where we started doing that and then we stopped doing that, and it destroys me inside. I can't really even speak about it, and it's fucking sad.
Winning. No.
But I mean, it is what it is. Tim Kennedy leading the way and getting it done. If you have a boy, you might want to try and get them in that. If you have a kid, you might want to try and get them in his school. I'm just fucking saying. Moving right along. You remember that UFO story I was talking about where those circular elliptical craft came in and they eluded the Navy and whatnot, and they were investigating? Well, the Navy finally admitted that the leaked footage of that is real, and you can go see the footage. Look it up. I suggest you see the footage because these things were fucking ridiculous. But let's get into this final article. So, Pentagon UFO report. They acknowledge the reality, whistleblower says. The U.S. government is actually gearing up to share information about the reality of UFOs with the public. They've already declassified the documents. You can go to the NSA.gov to do it. I mean, I'm sure they didn't declassify everything, but since they've that the declassification of UFO documents, most UFO sightings have been on the regular news. And then the Navy was like, yeah, we did this, we're investigating, and this is our determination. Like, and not moment too soon, says the man who claims to have, this is not what I want. I wanted a thing about the actual fucking alien footage. Let's see if we can't find that here. Uh, U.S. Navy says UFO video is real. Boom. This is the one. Watching footage captures trailing U.S. Navy ship then vanishing into the ocean. There it is. Um, Investigative filmmaker journal released a video on his Instagram account of an unidentified spherical object following the USS Omaha, a U.S. Navy combat ship, for about an hour and then vanishing into the North Pacific Ocean, according to Corbell. The video was filmed at the command of the Navy ship while it is on maneuvers more than 160 kilometers west of San Diego, southwestern coast in the United States, and around 11 p.m. on July 15, 2019. In July 2019, at least 5 Navy ships witnessed unidentified drone-like flying objects over the through 3 days, reported in the released video. A spherical black object can be seen on screen in the command center of the USS Omaha. The video can be seen moving circles and getting steadier, slower descending. Object disappears into the ocean. Cornell said that the object was at least 6 feet in diameter and traveled at a speed of the range of 72 kilometers per hour to 250 kilometers per hour, terminating the unknown object as an advanced transmedium vehicle. Transmedium vehicle. We don't have this capability, at least we're not supposed to. Like, this is new. This may be real. It may not be real. It may be another country like China or whatever. But either way, aliens or not, we got to be kind of concerned about that transmedium. The closest we have is going into space, but this thing actually goes into the or a vehicle land vehicle that becomes a boat. This thing goes into the water like a submarine and vanishes because they didn't find a damn thing.
Winning? No.
The Pentagon, the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense, confirmed the footage was authentic. The video covered by Navy personnel is also part of an ongoing unidentified aerial phenomenon investigation as a UAP task force being run by the Pentagon. I confirm that the video taken by the Navy personnel that the UFAPTF included in its ongoing examination, Susan Godd, Pentagon spokesperson, told the debrief. The task force was made in June 2020 to investigate the standardized collection of reporting on UFO sightings. In April 2020, the U.S. Navy declassified 2 videos of UFO sightings captured by Navy pilots and released on its website. One of the footages shows a mysterious wingless aircraft with no clearly visible. Yeah, see, like they declassified all of the UFO documents a while back. So, like, you can go on to the NSA website and actually look at them. So let's show you that right here. Might as well, right? We get some time. www.googles. We'll go to the Googles, or Bing might work. Declassified UFO document. Here is an index of declassified UFO documents. Boom, right here.
That's how winning is done.
This is a fucking index. You got fucking documents that are like UFOs files, the untold story, citizens against flying objects, super secret agency ones. So these are fucking ridiculous. But this is the fucking .gov. This is the National Security Agent's Central Security Service. Like, this is fucking a legitimate government fucking branch.
That's how winning is done.
UFO as advanced technology, French government UFO study, like all of these documents that were like fucking held secret. You can read all of these. Extraterrestrial intelligence, like these things were fucking classified, and now they're fucking released, and we're gonna get more. You can go on that Navy website, like that. The news article just said, and you can legitimately see this. Now, I want to think that this is aliens, and maybe we can unify against and we can stop being stupid and killing each other. But it's most likely another country, maybe China, doing, because there was talk about them investigating microwave weaponry and whatnot. So this is just, I think this is China using some type of advanced drones to surveil U.S. technology. It could be U.S. Black Ops testing advanced drones on the most advanced fleet in the world to see how they work. But I don't know why the Pentagon would say